The evolution of Nami as a character in Dawn of Liberation has been really interesting because it has evolved significantly over time. With that being said, she has always been a plunder or specifically loot and or produce-focused characters. Her stats being 0, 1, and 2, focused on primarily being one of the best plunder stat characters, allowing her to produce a lot of swords or weapons and food. But then on the bottom side, she's better at strength support than necessarily lore, and that is because the strength support abilities as a crewmate allow you to produce. Which leads into her ability: when your captain produces, you may spend 1 resource to discover as well. This is partially because when you discover, you're able to find the specific type of loot petals called loot petals. And her power gold is based on that. Players have used 6 loot petals. On top of that, once you do that, you power up. She gets a +3 in produce, becoming the best producer in the game, while flattening that strength and lore. She's good at a little bit of everything. And as I mentioned, she now is able to do it so that her crew stat allows her to produce and use this ability, being able to do 2 discoveries a turn, which is extremely powerful. But as I said, Nami hadn't always been this way. Nami originally was very focused on a mechanic that no longer exists in the game, and that is a third resource. She originally was the berry-based mechanic character. Luffy being the food one, Zoro being the swords one. To kind of represent that, she used to have an ability that let her spend berries in the way that Luffy spends food and Kid spends swords to add to her rolls. This was meant to kind of represent on her powered up side something kind of similar to a Zeus giant lightning storm attack with her climb attack, building up a bid storm based on her gaining loot to eventually hit someone really hard. But when we got rid of berries, this ability became pretty redundant with other characters. For a while, we tried letting her be either of the resources, where Luffy and Kid had very specific versions. That also didn't feel right and was a little overpowered. It also didn't really lean into her character as someone who was good at navigating. It focused kind of on the lightning storm side, but we felt we could represent that better. So instead, now she focused more on the ability to kind of plan ahead, discover multiple characters a turn, produce resources, and set the team up for really good stashes moving forward. Nami is also one of the few characters that cares about the captain or the crewmate doing an action. Most characters, when they say an action does something on their ability, it counts as all of them. Nami specifically cares for her initial ability that it's only the captain's ability to do plunder rolls, and then extends to the ability for the crewmates as well in a really cool way. Nami is one of the 21 playable characters in the Dawn of Liberation board game on Kickstarter right now. You have exactly 4 days from this point onward to be able to participate in the campaign. We are about to hit 300,000 backers, and we would love to be a part of this crew of making this game happen.